Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Bruce Lee Ultimates Bruce Lee the Challenger figure from Super7. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks pretty good, and as with the Warrior, definitely not a perfect representation, but very commendable. I think the face sculpts on this figure are even slightly better than they were on the Warrior. I don't know, something about the sculpt is just a little bit more on point, and that's pretty cool. In terms of the kind of mold, the buck itself, it works. It's him in a tracksuit, and the tracksuit itself being iconic as all hell, but I guess the proportions seem a little more off here, just because I don't know, something about it. Again, the kind of soft sculpt just really doesn't do too much, but it's definitely there. So that is what it is. I guess it's not remarkable, but it's not bad. It's kind of lies somewhere in the middle, which is fine. So so there's that. And then obviously not much paint to speak of. It's yellow plastic. We get the black stripe down the side, all the way down the side, which is a very nice touch. Really the star of the show here really is the shoes. I mean, they did a fantastic job here. Clean paint all around. You see the laces there, nicely done. So really cool there. But no sculpt on the bottom of the shoes, but that looks great. But overall, definitely, again, a decent looking figure, just not perfect. Once again, just a crazy amount of accessories, so let's jump right in. And starting with hands, we do get fists right out of the box. Then we get a pair of gripping hands, kind of more standard gripping hands. Then we get some more stylized gripping hands, so a slightly different grip here for the left, and then the right we do get the kind of index and pinky finger extended. Then we get a couple of open hands, and these are slightly different sculpt. Actually, I don't know if that was maybe just warped, but the right hand looks a little more like genuinely open. Then we get a pair of relaxed hands, so we get the fingers separated on the left hand, and then the right hand, the fingers are sculpted and molded together with the thumb under. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. We get two of those hands, and then the relaxed hand is kind of the odd one out here. Actually, that goes with the other one. I see it doesn't even number of hands. I was a little confused taking these out of the package because they're not actually lined up. So there is that. Then we do get a couple of, open grasping hands. And then the final hand we get is a right hand with the index and middle finger extended. So a lot of stuff going on there. Then we get some head sculpts. So right out of the box, we do get, just kind of our neutral head sculpt. Again, I do like this one a little bit better than we saw on the Warrior. Then we get the pursed lips head sculpt. And finally, we actually get a yelling head sculpt. I think it's done very nicely. Has a little bit of that uncanny valley, kind of doesn't actually look intense sort of feel to it, but it definitely works. And then we get two weapons. So we get a whole bunch of nunchucks. We get a pair with the plastic rope going on. We get a pair of more dynamic with the plastic rope going on. Then we get a pair with actual rope in the middle. So you can see that, or string rather, but kind of cool, so that can go wherever you want. And then we get a pair of nunchucks again with a rope, but this time inside the bag. And I really like the way the bag is sculpted here. You see the twist tie there and all that. So very nice touches. See some stitching there on the side. Really well done. Then finally, we get this teal staff. Some very nice sculpt going on here. Not too much to speak of for texture, but very nicely done. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation, balance here are definitely very nice. Not as nice as they were on the Warrior, but still definitely respectable. Freestanding kicks, no problems. This took very little effort to get into, so that's very nice. Then we do still have the barbell from the neck into the head, though we're not getting any up because of the hair sculpt here. So not getting any up. The slightest bit of down, maybe, if at all. Barely any tilt, and we do get rotation. So the head is definitely not moving as much as it was before. For the arms, we're coming up straight up into a Y pose, so very good with the hinge and swivel there. We do get bicep swivel. We get single jointed elbows, which aren't quite hitting 90 because of the sculpt here at the sleeve. We get rotation there though. We do have hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal on all the hands. We do get a ball joint at the diaphragm, ball joint at the waist, and not crazy range, but just about what we were getting with the Warrior. Some decent arch back, some side to side, and of course rotation. Then we come to the hips, and here we do not have to work around the sculpt. We can get full splits right away, which is very, very nice. Our front kick is also straight up 90, which is beautiful. We do get a assembly there, which allows for some thigh swivel. We do get single jointed knees, which don't even quite bring us to 90, which is a little sad. We do get the rotation there as well. Come to the feet. Once again, we do have rotation here at the top of the ankle, right under the pant. Then we get some decent point. Get some much better forward than we got with the Warrior. And then we get some nice rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with the SH Figure Arts Bruce Lee and Articulated Icons Kit Bash, the Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2 Fei Long, and the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with Articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Bruce Lee Ultimates Bruce Lee, the Challenger figure from Super 7, is that this is definitely pretty solid. Again, not perfect. I think the representation certainly here is a little more off than it was for the Warrior, but still a decent figure. And if you're a Bruce Lee super fan, certainly pick it up. It's definitely a fun figure. Ton of accessories, just like there were. I mean, it's an Ultimate, so you're gonna get that, and yeah, recommend it on that behalf. But you know, it might be an easy miss, or an easy pass rather, if you know any of this seems kind of off to you or just isn't your thing. So yeah, that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, hope to see you back here because we do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's talk about some nice plastic and just escape the world for a while. But at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.